Hey, what's going on, guys? Ty here, Bench Clear Media, Break Your Culture. I hope you're having an awesome week. So I want to do something a little bit different today. I know a lot of times we do interviews and we talk to other guests, and I don't dig into a lot of what I do on the side. And I wanted to help you understand a little bit of what I do and take some of my experience and help give you something to think about if you are looking at getting into sports cards part-time or full-time, looking at ways to improve the economics of things. I'm just going to talk you through some things that I've learned by picking a product, 2021 Topps update, and walk you through the economics of me opening up 350 blasters of that. I got a pretty good deal to snag 350 blasters for $5,100. And I think a lot of people in the hobby now would say that's probably considered a crappy product for many reasons, and a lot of the wrong reasons, but one of them being that there is no major hits, nothing that you can really get excited about. You can point to Jared Kelenic as maybe a tier 1 rookie, but even he didn't perform that well and it's hurt his value. So you didn't have a tier 1 rookie to carry the product. And so it kind of got poo-pooed on because of just the new culture of sports cards. And I wanted to break down my thought process and the economics of opening up 350 blasters and help you understand how you can actually build a profitable collection. You can be profitable in the hobby if you think through the right way to approach things, okay? So let me start with this, right? You have to, in any of these situations, and I've been selling sports cards for well over a decade through every medium you can imagine. We did about 10,000 transactions on eBay last year, and I've learned the ins and outs of how to do this, efficiently and to do it the right way, and at least from my perspective. And so I'm going to try to incorporate that a little bit. But when you look at a product like this, or you're thinking about flipping, ripping and flipping a particular product, you have to understand how these products are created. And it's very easy to look at a flagship product like this and think, okay, there's no way to make money in this because there's no massive hits and there's no super high upside. And compared to other products with massive hits, that's a very true statement, but that's not the way flagship products are created, from Topps Series 1, Series 2, Series to Update Series, and even potentially products like Bowman and Bowman Draft. But particularly, you have to look at Topps Series 1, 2, and Update as flagship products created with a very certain objective in mind. And it's not to deliver on massive hits. It's to appease a collector's base that has been collecting this set and this series and this brand for decades and decades. And that's who you're selling to, in addition to the rookie collectors and things like that, okay? So with 350 blaster boxes, whenever I go into a product like this or a project like this, I create a spreadsheet as quickly as I can. You can do really quick math on how many cards you're gonna get, how many inserts you're gonna get. You can run the ratios on the pack and figure out how many inserts you're gonna get. And you can start to work backwards and to know what the economics are gonna be. I knew going in, I projected that I would end with 72 base sets. I ended with 70, actually ended with 77, but a couple cards were damaged in a couple of those sets that got me down to 75 base sets. I ended up sorting 27,000 base cards. Now, another reason I decided to do this is my two older boys wanted a project over the winter break to earn some money. And so they love to sort cards, love to open cards with me. And so we picked this as a project for them to earn some cash. And for me to help them kind of think through it again. As they get older, they're thinking through the economics too and how to learn how to do this type of stuff. And so they managed a lot of this process on their own. But we put in a combined 50 hours in this project. And I teeter on how to count the opening part of this because we put in between 6 and 8 hours of just opening cards. For me, that's never been a penalty. I don't consider opening cards as a way to negatively affect my hourly rate because I just enjoy opening cards, as I'm sure most of you do. But it's your time. You have to value your time. And so I took half that rate, half those hours, and put it into the total hours, combined hours that we put in. So we're at 50 hours. So that's about a week and a day and a half of work, if you think of it that way. or just a three or 4 days of like really hard work, is which we did. But when you're looking at a product like this, a flagship product, and if you want to truly look at this as like a way to make money or fund your collection and earn some profits, the way I look at it is you have to figure out, okay, how quickly will I get back to break even through selling base sets, insert sets, and specialty sets. And specialty sets meaning like the exclusives that come out of a blaster, like the relic cards, the 70th anniversary relic cards. If you can figure out how quickly those get you back to break even, or if they can get you to break even, then everything else that you do becomes icing on the cake. Okay, so let me walk backwards here with you. So we have 27,000 base cards. A real quick metric to use is I plug in usually 75 to 80% on that number is what's going to go into my base set calculation, because you're going to have a lot of runoff with doubles, triples. You're going to be short printed, shorted a couple players that don't have as many cards. A good number somewhere between 75 and 80%. So with that in mind, I figured I would get 72 base sets. I ended right around 75. Then again, you can backtrack on all those. If you look on the back of the pack, you simply type in the number of packs, divide it into your hit rates, and figure out what you're going to end up with. Okay, but with 70 base sets going on an average, 75 base sets going on an average of about $35, give or take a couple bucks, we ended at $2,500 in sales from our base sets. Our patch sets, one per blaster, we figured we'd get 12 complete sets. We ended with 12 complete sets. We were able to net a revenue of $600 there, so we're at $3,100. Our master sets, which is all of the insert sets plus the base sets, we got 3 of those. That got us to $1,500 because those average about $500 each. If you get there really early, you can get them for $650, $700 each, which gets us to $4,600. And then we had $600 extra in complete insert sets that we sold off. So you're already doing the math in your head, I'm sure. I'm at $5,200 in base set, insert set, and exclusive set revenue. I'm at break even through my sets. Yes, you have to put a lot of work in, but now everything else that you get from 350 blasters is essentially free. It's essentially profit for you. And I'll walk through my top hits here in a second, but you figure in 350 blasters, you're gonna crush it. You're gonna crush it with some certain hits, and you're gonna get some cards, not to mention all of the colored parallels, all the short prints, all of the things that sell really well, and a lot of things you probably want to add to your own collection. And we just crushed our Royals collection and some certain players that my boys collect, and they were free. They were free to add. So I'll walk through those numbers with you here. So my top 7 hits, the number 1 hit that we got out of 350 blasters was a Jarred Kelenic 1-of-1 plate. That ended up going for about $400. It's actually, we have a couple offers out right now, but it's gonna clear out $400. A Luis Patino camo rookie, which I think will probably clear $125. We have a Stan Musial super short print that sold for $70. We had a Joe Musgrove red, 1986, number to 10, that sold for $70. A Randy Arozarena platinum to $70 that'll probably go for $60, $65. A Miguel Cabrera black, number to 25, that's gonna go for $50 to $60. And then number 7 that I think is our top 7 hits was our Frank Robinson platinum as well, that I think will go for $40 to $50. We had a ridiculous amount of, a stack of $20 to $40 cards in there. I did send off 5 different Jarred Kelenic cards to get graded at SGC that I think will do well. A couple color parallels, a couple color foils, and a rainbow foil. So those will do well. But when it's all said and done with those top 7, we're at $800. And then our stack of other color parallels, we are at another $500, which gets us to $1,300 pure profit at that point. And then I look at the color parallels that I put in lots. So if you're doing a flagship product, all you have to do is take gold, rainbow foil, your short prints, your other colored foils, and just start doing non-duplicate lots. And you'll be amazed with how dedicated that collector's base is. You're gonna get about $1.25 per gold card, about a 75 cents to $1 range on your rainbow foils, And then depending on your players, you're gonna get anywhere from $5 to $15 on your short prints. So we were able to clear another $1,100 in those base sets, which gets us to, really close to $2,500 in net profit. So we spent $5,100. We were at about $7,500 in gross sales, and we have plenty to sell. Now, the question always then becomes, okay, that's a net profit margin of about 50%. Give or take a few percentage points. You divide that by the number of hours you put into it, and you're looking at anywhere between a $45 and $55 per hour rate if you really wanted to backtrack and figure out what your time was worth on a crappy product that everybody was sleeping on. There's money to be made in the sports card hobby if you really want to step back and put in the work to do it. And I do it because I love sports cards, and I have a good enough collector's base to where I probably can sell at prices that a newbie can't sell at yet, but you can get there very easily if you just think through how to apply yourself to this, because there are opportunities. And the market is shifting. The market that was once very focused on singles and I want to go grade the rookies, now is thinking, okay, hey, look, I want to go back to maybe buying sets again because a Jared Kelenic base card selling for $1.50. So understand the market a little bit and understand where the gaps are. Some people left the hobby. There might be an opportunity for you to jump in, rip product if you can get a good deal. If you run the numbers and understand what you're getting into and backtrack through your hourly rates, it's not a bad gig for anybody. And I just wanted you to understand that and kind of let you enter my world for just a few minutes today as we break down a product that a lot of people just kind of pushed aside as a whatever, it's just an overprinted crappy product. And I'm not going to deny that, but it doesn't mean that you can't go enjoy it and can't find a way to add to your collection for free and also, take some time and make $40 an hour doing something that I'd argue is pretty darn fun. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you like these types of videos, I'm happy to do more of them with other products that we do and other strategies that I kind of implement. But when you sell tens of thousands of transactions and you kind of figure out the ups and downs of the hobby, you learn little things in here that are important for people that I hope you can take away and apply to your collecting strategies. All right, have yourself an awesome week. Thanks so much for tuning in.